We're back! Hello, everybody! This is Tangential Gaming. I am Lakota, and welcome back once again to Hellside. Holy crap, we got 2 in a row. Hallelujah!
Hello, right?
Yay!
Um, and as always, with me are Daniel,
What's up, guys?
Patrick,
Hello.
Dominic,
Yeah.
my brother Steven.
What was that?
Every time I introduce Dominic, it just turns more and more into like, I think at some point he's just going to quote Goro Majima and then kill us all.
Kiryu-chan!
Oh, right. Yeah,
That's a Yakuza joke.
Yeah.
Hello,
Georgie.
Mazima.
I'm just gonna do that as quirks.
Oh. Alright, before we get into the game, so this has probably gone without saying for a bit now, but I do feel like I should state it. There are some dark themes in this game.
Oh, God.
In fact, we covered some of them last time with, specifically Eulant's nightmare at the end of last session.
Yeah, I murder people with two stupid things, by the way.
Yeah, but just to be clear, I want to set outright, if any of you feel like something's going too far, DM me, say it out loud, any of them, just let me know. Because in my head, I don't know if I've gone too far. Granted, I always knew we were going to be dealing with some dark stuff when it came to Eulant's backstory, given we're not actually saying out loud what the priest did. We just know it wasn't good.
You know what it is.
Yeah, if anyone out there,
It goes without saying.
Yeah, it kind of goes without saying, which is why we're not
You know
saying
what
it.
I'm referencing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a reason we're not saying it.
Yeah. Everybody don't think about it too hard.
Yeah. So, and I will try and do
If
my
you
best.
don't get it, you're too young.
Yeah. I will try to do my best and mark and like put trigger warnings and things in the description and try to mark them in the video. I'm still figuring out editing. I did recently get an editing software that was free, that was actually recommended by a YouTuber I watch a lot. The issue is I don't have enough room on my computer for it.
Too bad we
Time
can't.
to buy a new hard drive.
The funny thing is I already tried installing it on a hard drive, but when I tried installing it, it immediately tried to install it onto the computer and not the hard drive.
I'm still waiting for the funny clips of animations fans will send us.
I would love to see some of this turned into animatics. I would absolutely love that. That'd be great.
Do
my
people
God.
watch these, by the way?
I know there are some people watching them. I don't know how far they're watching into them, but that doesn't, again, it doesn't really bother me if people don't watch them. I'm recording it because I wanted to record it and you guys were okay with it and I thought it was something fun to put on my channel. That's part of the reason and if I want people to see them, that's part of the reason I've been sending the links to you guys if you wanted to put them on your social medias, whatever you have.
I don't go on social media.
Oh, I know.
So,
But heck,
unless it's my
we
birthday,
can
so...
do the abridged version part 2.
Yes, we can always do the abridged version part 2.
Sure.
If we ever feel like we need a break after some like serious stuff goes down, we should absolutely do a Talking in Tangents where we just all do incorrect quotes. That way we can have Patrick here for it too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because that was stupid
that was
fun.
pretty fun.
That was stupid fun. You missed out on that one, Patrick.
I threw my phone into a wall.
Yeah.
Alright, well...
Okay, I'm done with making...
Alright, with all of that being said, who would like to do the recap of last time? I don't know if Klaus should do it, considering how drunk he got. Unless, Patrick, do you think you can sound progressively more drunk as you do it?
Joker's just laying down sleeping.
Nah, somebody else can do it if they want. Hey, oh yeah, we did get inspiration back too, didn't we? I need to put that
Yes,
on.
basically everybody who doesn't have inspiration, you get inspiration.
Oh, I think I used mine, so I got one back.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know
Um,
how to add that.
But yeah, does anyone want to do it, or shall I go ahead and do the recap?
If you can
Reckon we'll let you do it this time.
Okay. I got no problem with that. So, last time, the party was a little bit split up. We had Zell, who interacted with Ariel, who he had walked in on and seen whip scars on her back. After going back out, knocking on the door and coming back in, he showed his own scars and explained the story behind them. After which he convinced her into coming to the tavern with the rest of the guys. Meanwhile, Klaus and Joker were getting up to shenanigans at the tavern and had a nice chat with our resident wild sorcerer Sneckman, Hessick, who got drunk almost immediately and proceeded to flirt with the first girl he saw, which worked surprisingly.
The troublesome boys.
Following this, we got to see Yulant in a conversation with Elder Boris, where he explained what exactly a Dark Knight is, in which we find out that the Dark Knights are essentially individuals who have been watched by certain umbral deities and gifted with their power. What umbral deity is currently watching Yulant remains a mystery. But because Elder Boris was curious, he invited Yulant to come with him to out to a field and spar. Yulant, while starting off very strong, got his butt kicked by an elf that is significantly older than him and wielding a scythe.
I did damn near 40 damage. I'm good.
You did very well. I'm not going to pretend you didn't, but he dropped you to 4 HP, dude. So, after which Elder Boris was ecstatic to know that someone like Yulant was in Hellside, and then they walked back to the tavern. After which, the group got back together. They had some shenanigans and some drinking and things like that. They discussed the missing children's incident, but not much could be done about it tonight. And then, as they all left to return to the third house, they ran into the city militia, who apparently had a bone to pick with them. And what could have turned into a scuffle was quickly ended by the appearance of Malik, the leader of Third House, who Zell noticed took on some more bestial qualities as he told Holgan to stand down. After which, Malik activated the stones on each of their necks, almost causing Yulant to pass out from damage again. And leaving Ariel catatonic for the second time that day. After which he lectured them, and then they all returned to Third House. In the night, Yulant and Zell both had nightmares or visions related to whatever their visions were about on the first night, while also reminding them of memories from their past. But there are 2 more nightmares, aren't there?
Oh, God.
Zell.
There are.
Joker. Klaus. I don't know why I said Zell. My apologies, Daniel.
Uh,
I
all
would
good.
like you each to roll initiative. I want to see which one of you goes first.
okay.
Also, I just realized I forgot to open up D&D Beyond, so I'm going to disappear for a second.
I get. Oh, you sucky dice. I got me a 6, but
Okay.
Just a custom instead of initiative. Because you get your plus if you roll initiative.
What's your... Have you rolled yours yet, Patrick?
yeah, he has a 15.
Yeah, initiative should be right beside your
Okay.
AC.
I'm still looking. Hang on. View campaign.
Yeah, I got 15.
Awesome. I don't know if you guys can hear me right now. I'm still opening up the frickin' D&D Beyond thing because of all the things I remembered to open, this was the one I forgot. Okay, I'm back now. Alright, so Klaus rolled a 15.
I rolled a 6.
So Klaus, that means you're going first. Now you're a little drunk. You're more than a little drunk. You are probably the drunkest you have been in a while. You went face first into your mattress the moment you got into the room. But as you slumber, you find yourself in a different place. It's a familiar place, but you can't quite place it, and then a fist lands against your nose as you are knocked on your back. It's at this point you realize you are smaller than you remember. No, you do remember being this small. You're a child. Well, not exactly a child. You're about 10. You're standing in a makeshift ring put together by your father, who just landed a blow on your face. He looks down at you and says, "Keep your hands up, boy!" As he quickly grabs you by the arm and pulls you to your feet. What do you say, Klaus?
I'm sorry. What did you say? I missed that last part.
So, where'd you lose me?
No, I just sorry, I blanked out. The makeshift ring. My dad punched me in the nose.
Yes. He says, "Keep your hands up, boy!" He then grabs you by your arm and pulls you back to your feet. You feel a bit dizzy. That is not the first punch to your face you have received today. You remember you're supposed to be training. What do you do?
I'm going to swing at my father.
Roll to hit with disadvantage. Actually, no, not disadvantage. Roll to hit, but don't add your modifier. Roll me a flat
Okay.
d20, basically.
Okay. 15.
Ooh, that's actually still pretty good. You land a solid strike on his. You land a solid strike on. Where would Klaus be aiming, actually?
Probably his chest. If he's grabbed him, he's kind of like holding him. He would like swing to the stomach chest area, like.
I'll say you get him in the side of the ribs with like a. Is Klaus left-hand dominant or right-hand dominant?
I'm gonna say left.
You do a very solid left-hand swing at his ribs, and he grunts, "Arr! You little shit!" He will then retaliate with his own attack. Yeah, that's what I thought. He sweeps your legs, and you kiss the ground again. The blood on your face mixes with the dirt of the basement floor of the tavern that your father regularly fought in to make money. Your turn, Klaus.
Okay. I am going to also try. How close am I to him? Like
You're
when I
within.
fail.
You are within melee range.
Okay. I'm going to try to sweep his legs with my tail.
All right, roll to hit. Again,
Just a D20.
once again, flat D20.
15.
Oh, good lord, you did it again. You do sweep his legs. You're not gonna get anywhere if you keep copying your opponent. Here's a question. Which side of the family does Klaus get his hooves from? His mother or his father?
Let's go with mother.
All right. He takes a normal foot that is very much unlike your hooves, and kicks you and attempts to kick you in the face. And he will succeed.
Why not?
You take a foot directly to the face. You are feeling very, very woozy at this point. And as you get up to, I assume, go for another strike, and so does he. You hear your mother call out, "Would you boys give it a rest? You're making too much noise down here. The patrons are getting upset. Just, can you call it a day on practice, please?" You see your mother, red skin, just like your own. Horns slightly different. Hers are a bit smaller. Would you say Klaus looks more like his mother or his father?
Let's go with mother.
Her horns look a bit like yours, but they're considerably smaller, a little bit closer to her head. They kind of go around her head more like a crown, whereas yours kind of flare out. Although currently, in your smaller size, they don't flare out nearly as much as they do as when you're grown.
Yeah.
She is wearing a tavern maiden's. She's essentially a waitress, and she was lucky. And you know, even at your young age, she was lucky to get that job.
Yeah.
And it doesn't pay very well. Your father will say, "Sorry, dear. We will. You're right. We'll we'll keep it down." She shakes her head. "My boys and their games," as she walks back up the stairs. He will then reach over and smack you on the back of the head. What does Klaus do?
Klaus is just going to take it because he always listens to his mother.
You think you're gonna be a fighter if you keep using moves like those?
Well, I mean, I did basically the same thing you did, so are you saying you're not a good fighter?
I am a great fighter. But just copying the greats doesn't make you great. It just makes you a copy. He sighs to himself and reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out a very familiar coin. A coin that Klaus now carries in his own pocket, and just begins to flip it. It's a bit of a nervous tick that your father has had for as long as you can really remember. "Look, kid. We were dealt really bad hands. Like absolute shit for cards. But what we're capable of," and he shows his bandaged up fist. "What we're capable of, that's where we can show them what we can do. That's where we can show them we're just as good as they are. And you're not going to do that, and he kind of flicks you on the forehead. Not really hard, but sort of in that dad way of, don't be dumb. You can't do that if you keep taking blows to your face and trying to copy the person you're fighting. Continues to flick his coin. What do you want to do, Klaus?
Be the greatest fighter.
Alright, you want to be the greatest fighter. And then what? What happens when the next guy comes to you and wants to be the greatest fighter, huh?
Well, obviously, that's not going to happen.
Pride cometh before the fall. Smacks you on the back of the head again. You're a tiefling, you should know that.
Hey, didn't Mom say to quit hitting me?
No, she said stop training. Flicks you on the forehead again. You want to do something about it?
Cost attempts to flick him on the forehead.
Roll to hit. This time disadvantage. Also still a flat d20.
Damn. Okay, 14. I rolled a 19 there.
Alright, he goes to stop you, but you manage to get to him, and it's like, alright, listen here, you little shit. He does sort of a hammer fist, and then lightly bonks you on the top of the head. Come on. We got barrels to move. We'll finish training when we get home. Yeah? And Klaus, as you move to follow your father, there's a thing that definitely was not there in this memory. As you get up, you look back up at your father, who is going to pick up a barrel, and standing behind him is a man in a red demon mask. He's massive. You recognize him from your previous dream. And you watch as his hand reaches for your father's neck. And then you wake up. Joker Jack!
Oh, God.
Joker.
Yeah.
You find yourself in a tavern. Tavern like many others.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You have performed in so many. So many that every now and again they sort of blend together. You're not sure which tavern this was, but it feels familiar. You're sitting at a table, you've just finished your set. There's not much else to do. Except drink and eat and make merry. And as you sit there, an individual sits across from you. My, what a wonderful performance. Across from you is now clearly a woman, but her face is hidden. It's amazing what you can do with just a little panache, yes? Spread a little joy, as it were.
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you think your greatest achievement is? I'm just so curious. I've heard many rumors about you.
Don't believe the rumors. Nay.
Well, I heard a certain someone did an impromptu performance for a young princess.
Am I drinking ale right now?
You would be.
Yeah.
It's your
As I
dream.
got to spit out the on the side. Where did you heard that?
Oh, floating around. Heard you got chased out by the city guard too. Oh, no. I'm not here to report you. I'm here to recruit you. It's that moment that she lets her hood fall back. And Joker, it's now that you remember what this memory is. This is the day you met your patron. My name is Gadia. I'm the Muse of Joy. And I want you to be my warlock.
Sounds suspicious.
Now. I know warlocks get a bad reputation. But the truth is, I am neither fiend nor fae. I'm a celestial. You can trust me. My mother is the goddess of beauty and love and music. I am a representation of the joy that is brought by those things and others. And you are a purveyor of joy. Even when you were small. Your family owned a tavern, yes? You used to perform there before... Well... But... You, even through all of that, you still travel the lands, spreading joy to people. That's a wonderful thing. And I want that. I want a person who's so willing to go out of their way to bring joy. I'm mighty impressed by you.
I don't want no people to suffer.
And with my help, you can prevent suffering. Promise. On my word as a celestial, I can help you.
Alright. Where do I sign?
No signing. I don't like contracts, but I'll take a handshake.
Joker, just shake her hand then.
As you take her hand, Joker, you remember this day. You were very apprehensive at first, but as the days went on, it became... You found the ability she gave you very useful. You added them to your shows. You
Take a moment.
You entertained the masses. You brought people joy, just like she promised you could. But as you are shaking her hand, standing behind her, you see that same masked figure from your last dream. The one with the tragedy mask. And he looks you dead in the eyes, and you feel cold. And then you wake up. You all awake in your room. Joker, Klaus. Everybody still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just checking. Klaus, you feel fucking terrible. You feel like something has crawled up your spine and ripped it out, put it back, and is attempting to rip it out again. Also, it feels like the god of forging himself is bashing on your skull with a hammer. Joker, you're slightly less bad than that, but you still feel awful.
Yeah.
It's at this moment that Ariel raises up from her bed. And before anyone can really ask her anything, she immediately turns to the side of her bed and vomits. She wasn't even drunk. This is the part where you guys can talk to each other now.
I'm sorry. Did she drink so much she got a hangover, or did I miss something?
She only had the one.
Did I pass out?
I think you did.
Yeah.
That would be why I threw up. I do that after waking up from that. I did it before I saw you yesterday, Zell. I cleaned it up before you showed up. And I really wish none of you just saw that.
Okay, new rule. Okay, new rule. She doesn't drink with us.
I
Agreed?
think you should have learned that lesson when she tried to turn down the drink, but aye.
I will third that vote. Though again,
I
that's
do believe that makes a majority.
that's not the reason I threw up, but I third that vote.
Oh, did you have one of those delightful little drinks?
Zell and Yulan are talking at the same time. Yulan first.
But, oh, did you have one of those delightful little dreams?
I always have. Do you mean like a nightmare?
Just
Wait.
dreams in general, I'm an elf.
Oh,
You
I
mean-
only have nightmares like ever. It's awful. I hate it.
You mean those creepy mask guys?
What?
Yeah, up to this point, none of you have mentioned that there were mask figures in your dreams. Zell, what were you going to say before Yulan talked?
I was just saying we all got zapped by
Yeah.
Malik, and she passed out. That's why she threw up.
Yeah. I have a vague memory of that. I just remember the guard showing up, and then Malik showing up, and then I blacked out. I don't remember anything after that. I'm fine now, though. I promise. She will pull the curtain close around her bed. I'm gonna get my armor on.
Yes.
But
Gear
yeah,
up for the day.
but yes, as of this point, no one has mentioned the fact that any masked person in their dreams. Joker is the first one to mention it. Before we get into that, though, Klaus, have you actually got out of bed yet?
Klaus was just gonna lay there. Klaus looks up at everybody and is like, "What happened?"
Where's my dragon?
You tried to drink them out of ale.
Did the farmers at least pay for it?
Yes.
Yes, the farmers did pay for them.
We're all good then, brother.
As Joker brings up Bubbles, Bubbles pushes a drawer open that was next to your bed, pops out of it. I am refreshed! I no longer wish for death. Good morning, boss!
I'm going to be honest, I completely forgot that you existed.
Oh, you wound me, sir! You wound me! I'm always here, always ready to serve, Joker Jack.
Don't make me pop you out of existence.
Oh, please don't. I don't want to wear the dress. I mean nothing. What dress? Nothing, not a thing. Anyway, I bet there's food in the cafeteria. Race you there! And he flies out the door before you can even stop him.
I swear I want.
Klaus,
I swear I would
Klaus.
torture him with that dress.
as soon as the word "food" is said, Klaus jumps out of bed.
I would like you to make a dexterity check with disadvantage, because I want to see if you eat shit.
We're at that mark we can
Ooh,
cuss.
We
I
are.
rolled a 15 and a 20.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, you front flip out of bed, rush through the door. Are you gonna try and jump down? Are you gonna try and jump over the railing again?
I sure am.
Roll me a dexterity check with disadvantage.
9.
You jump
and
and face
fall.
plant.
The Joker Jack just looked down. I'm just taking the safe route. Just walk down
Joker,
on the wall.
jump! Klaus is just screaming, Joker, jump! Joker, jump!
No, just walks down off the wall.
Zell, Yolande, what are you doing?
Spy crime down.
I'm taking my bloody time. I just woke up from something. Well, not woke up, but I'm taking my bloody time.
As they're walking down the stairs,
Don't
they just hear
rush me.
Klaus. Jump, 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 jump.
Fine, I jumped.
Really?
Yeah.
Roll dexterity,
Oh God, this is gonna be funny.
or it'll be awful.
It'd be funny.
In the meantime,
land
Zell,
on me.
what are you doing?
I just get up and casually stroll down the stairs.
Ooh, 7.
Joker jumps and also eats shit. In fact,
Lands on me.
Klaus, roll dexterity. I want to see if he lands on top of you. Still with
Okay.
disadvantage.
Ooh, this is gonna be bad.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
Joker, you land directly on top of Klaus. Klaus, that hurt.
I didn't know the floor was so soft.
Actually, it's kind of hard.
Huh?
Klaus is like almost all muscle.
Huh? Why do I
Huh,
feel this
this
floor
looks-
is all muscly?
Klaus is just like, you're on top of me, man.
Oh! Hi!
Wait, what was the dragon on his shoulder when he jumped?
No, Bubbles
Oh.
flew out of the room.
No.
Bubbles is already at a table eating food.
Oh yeah. I remember that now because I followed him.
Yeah, I just get up.
Eventually Ariel follows, but it does take like she's wearing medium armor, which takes like a minute or takes like 10 minutes I think to get on, so
Medium armor about take 10 minutes. Heavy armor about 20.
anyway, it takes a bit to put that on. Did you want go ahead and put on his armor, or is he waiting till after he eats?
He puts his armor on every day.
Awesome. I imagine Zell also has put his on.
Yeah.
But yes, you all retrieve your food. Today's meal is a bit of ham, and some bread.
Yay!
Ham sandwich.
Yes, there is some cheese, but it looks like they have a limited supply, so get it while it lasts.
What's a ham sandwich?
Roll initiative to see who gets cheese.
Honestly, if you want to, go ahead. Whoever wants to roll initiative to see who gets cheese.
You're gonna just stand back and watch the show.
Yeah, I'm not getting
Not
cheese.
Yolande. Not Yolande.
You gotta tell me what you rolled, guys.
7.
I rolled a 7.
Oh, actually, you tied.
Oh.
Who has the higher... Wait, no. Zell has the higher dexterity. Klaus, are you gonna
I have a
roll
-1 to initiative, by the way.
All right, what were we rolling for?
to see who gets cheese?
Oh, okay. I rolled an 11.
Klaus beats all of you. I think Klaus probably takes like an entire wedge of cheese.
It's the whole ass wheel.
Just
That's his breakfast. Just a wheel of cheese.
Would you like some breakfast with that cheese?
No.
So you all sit at your table.
I'm glad I stand back.
There are some looks shot at you guys. It's very clear that what happened last night has made its rounds through the third house.
Ooh.
You mean the militia thing?
Yes.
Oh, yay.
There are some whispers that you don't quite hear, but you're pretty sure they're, like, talking about how you guys almost got your shit wrecked by the militia and Malik had to save you. Something along those lines.
I will fight the whole militia right now.
And we got his back.
Klaus is ready.
Klaus definitely has
Yeah.
my back. I think Zell is smarter than that.
But yeah, you
Klaus
guys
is
are,
always
No.
down for a fight.
you guys are sitting at the
Zell's
table.
always there for a fact.
You guys are sitting at the table at this point, so if you would like to do some role play.
Klaus
Joker.
is going to take a little bit
Yeah.
of his cheese and throw it to the dragon.
Bubbles will gladly take it and say, "Thank you!" And he will basically take the entire piece of cheese you gave him and swallow it whole. Or attempt to. It kind of looks like he
It's,
chokes on it for a second, like, falls backwards off the table. I'm okay!
You disturb me.
Yeah, well, so does the ooze lady.
Uza does not, in fact, disturb me.
Hey, you leave Yulant's future wife alone.
Shut.
That's not canon yet.
Why do you know about that?
That's not canon yet. Zell wouldn't know that. Shh.
Yeah.
Shh.
So,
Rock madness!
It's not even been... No one knows that Yolant has a thing for Uza yet. Not even Yolant.
Very true.
He's still trying to figure it out.
why do I love her so much?
Alright, but back to the role play.
Alright, so Joker, you
Yeah.
said something about a masked man in your dream.
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, you had the same one?
It is worth
Kinda.
It is worth noting, all of the individuals that you saw in your dreams that did not belong there, you couldn't see their faces.
Look,
Did I have a masked man in my dream?
The man you saw was a knight in leather armor, in green leather armor, with a helm hiding his face.
Yeah, some rogue dude with a comedy mask on his face.
Tragedy.
Tragedy mask on his face.
To clarify for all the players, just in case they have forgotten, in your original dreams and in these newest dreams, each of you saw an individual. Zell saw a man in green leathers with a helm hiding his face. Klaus saw a large muscled individual wearing a red Oni mask. And Yulant saw a individual in white and gold armor. And yes, I know I said black last episode. I misspoke because my brain went to Yulant and not the nightmare person. All of whom had their faces hidden in some way, shape, or form. So, in a way, yes, each of you have a masked man in your dream. Oh, and Joker specifically saw a individual wearing traveler's clothes, some of which had a bit of a blue color to them, wearing a tragedy mask, who refused to react to anything that Joker did, no matter how good or bad it was.
So, yeah.
Yep.
What, you have the... What? Something weird happened to you guys?
Yeah.
Big
I
setup.
guess you could say that.
Dreaming as a whole is quite weird.
Wait. I thought you guys had visions, not dreams.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the case.
And to be fair, elves haven't even done that in a while.
Yeah. What's this place doing to us?
Don't know.
I don't know,
Hopefully we figure it out.
I
Ariel
feel something bad.
Ariel kind of shrugs and says, I don't think I'd be able to tell if my nightmares were being weird.
Oh, you
Just
will.
to be honest.
Oh, you will know.
Did any of you have a nightmare about being hung upside down while someone is cutting your stomach open and ripping your intestines out? No? Just me? Okay, then no, I wouldn't be able to tell.
Mostly about the priest.
Oh, good lord, I clicked the wrong thing.
Wow.
Ignore that. My hand hit the mouse and I clicked a different overlay. Sorry.
Okay.
The priest, you mean the one that you impaled?
Impaled. Good word. Good word for what I did to that man.
Skewered.
Shish kebab.
I think a shift
Oh,
kebab.
shish kebab's another good one. Sorry. Winter. Anyway, any plans for today, or are we finally going to attempt to put our little plan into action?
I mean, technically speaking, we still have patrol, but if we wanted to do
Right.
if we wanted to do anything involving that case, we would have to talk to Malik we'd have to talk to Malik and Cora first.
Well,
Right.
So we go talk to them.
Well, I suppose we should get our standing orders, who's going first and whatnot, before we
That
do
is
that then.
true. Ariel will kind of clear her throat and say, I would like to volunteer to go on first patrol, if it's okay.
Oh, you want to go with you?
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me who comes with me, but I would like, I would like to volunteer because I feel kind of bad that you guys kind of had to do all the work yesterday, and I kind of just hung out in the room and I guess mostly slept.
Never
Honestly,
feel
volunteers
bad
to go
about
for-
mental.
No, we get it. You need time for yourself. So, yeah.
I appreciate that, but I still feel I need to make up for it, and I want to take the first watch today. So anyone who wants to come with me, I will gladly go with them. But
Klaus is gonna volunteer.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with going with you.
Don't let him waste
Get you into
too
trouble.
much of his money, eh?
What'd you say, Klaus?
Don't.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say get her into trouble.
Oh no,
That's
you're
a
going to spend all of
possibility.
your money at food stalls.
Well,
I may just beat him up and make him pay. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
No.
Just a joke. For legal reasons, it's just a joke. Don't hurt me.
No.
In Minecraft.
So with that, I suppose, who's team 2 and who gets to take the day off?
Zell, take the day off. Go see Cora and go about the case.
That sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, that's... Yeah.
So I guess it's me and Joker on the next shift.
Yeah, I get the rich guy.
At least I have more long-range support.
All right, that works. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I suppose we've got that taken care of now, so I suppose we just finish our breakfast, and as she goes to say that, Malik stands up from his table. All right, listen up. As you all know, or might be aware, the Feast of Artemeos is in about a week. Which means the entire city is going to be on edge trying to get the last harvest out and ready. And And it also means that on Festival Day, we will be patrolling, as always. You will be given your patrol routes. We will be figuring out patrol routes soon. You will be assigned them. You will follow them. Do I make myself clear, inmates? You hear
Yes, sir.
Klaus stands up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sit down, Klaus.
Hey, Captain.
What is it, Zell?
Hmm?
Did you say something?
I said, aye, Captain.
Oh, okay. I thought you said, hey, Captain. That's my bad. And there is multiple affirmatives from all over the area. Some of them more half-hearted than others. A few of them very much in the vein of, yes, sir.
No work, no pay, sir.
Klaus sits down. He's like, why did I get in trouble?
You work.
Tallest nail gets hit with the hammer.
To be fair, Klaus was the only one who stood up.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just want y'all to know when Klaus stood up, he did the salute and everything. He was full in it.
Clicked his heels together.
Actually, I would like you all to make insight checks on Malik.
Okay.
Oh, bloody hell, what's my phone?
Ah, you sucky phone. I got free.
Oh, I got an 18.
Ooh,
Yeah.
impressive.
9. I suck at insight.
I got a 13.
Okay, actually, Zell and Klaus clock this. As Malik gets saluted to by multiple people, he
Yeah.
does not like being saluted at all. There's an actual sneer on his face as people salute him. He does not like it.
Okay, that's good to know.
Meanwhile, Yulont thinks it's just RBF.
Joker does
Cool.
think about getting a book.
All right. So, is there any other RP you guys would like to do before we move on to the patrol?
Nope.
Nope.
That's
All right.
good.
That's great.
Klaus and Ariel. You make your way out. You make your way out into the city. And Klaus, where would you like to patrol? Where would you like to start your patrol?
The market.
Of course. Can you tell I'm not even surprised?
And back at the third house, Joker's like, I think they're at the market.
I like to point out that this is not an exact to the people watching, this is not an exact representation of what the streets of Hellside look like. They're actually a bit more dilapidated looking and do not have as many houses, but this was the closest approximation I could find. But the market, this early in the morning, is bustling. There are people running about, there are people setting up their stalls, people already selling their stalls. Apples! Fresh apples! Pears! Buy a pear! Peaches!
Get a pineapple.
This weird potato thing from another plane of existence!
Klaus is going to get some peaches. Klaus loves peaches.
That's fair.
Vodka.
How many are you getting that will determine how much you spend?
Let's go with 4.
Alright, we are going to call that a gold then. I will say that's
Okay.
that's worth a gold.
All right.
And yes, I'm being very loosey-goosey with the money system when it comes to small purchases. I know. Again, I don't like using multiple coin denominations. It's annoying.
Sue him.
Please don't, actually.
Somebody just sends him a cease and desist.
Watsy.
With how Watsy's been, I wouldn't be surprised. Not talking about that here. That I'll get too angry. Nope, we're in game. That's
gold system yourself, boy.
Hey, where is my bag? Oh wait, I have to go back. None?
But yes, you good Lord, stop that. That can be heard.
Inventory.
My brother's playing with a thermometer over here.
Oh, tea's ready.
Silver bullet.
Wrong type of thermometer. But yes, as you make your way through the marketplace, Klaus stops at this stall, and you are given these 4 very, very big, juicy peaches. Do not take that out of context.
I figured because it was early in the morning, it would be better. You know, it's like first in the morning.
Oh yeah,
it would
these
be
are
better
very
quality.
Some of these are still wet from dew where they were picked. Ariel will sort of look at you and say, "Is it really wise to be eating this early after breakfast and while we're on patrol?"
Um, Ariel, I'm a infinite pit. I can just eat whenever.
I've noticed. I am still concerned that maybe we should be focusing on, making sure the city is safe. I mean,
Well, you see, the fuller I am, the better my perception. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the more I eat, the stronger I am. The more keen I am.
I see.
It's a weird thing, but it's just how it's always been.
Ah. She sort of rolls her eyes. I suppose she will pull out a gold and also get a peach.
Now it says to remind me tomorrow. It should be an offer.
She will. She looks at the peach weirdly. Make an insight check. Patrick.
No, sorry, let's go into it. I switched back. I gotta get on my bag. I got a 23.
This girl has never seen or eaten a peach in her life.
And Klaus is gonna tell her that when he was a child, his mother used to give him peaches on very rare occasions, and that's Wance's favorite.
Oh. I've never had one, so and she will take a way too big bite out of it.
Don't eat peach fuzz, fucker.
Yeah, she does notice that. It's like, oh.
Klaus is gonna be like, "Be careful, don't bite too far because there's a seed inside."
I did notice that. The outside is very fuzzy. The juice is really good, though. She kind of pulls part of the skin out. I think my mouth's gonna feel weird all day, but that was surprisingly good.
Anything else you can think of what Wayne's name?
I could eat my weight in peaches.
Ah.
You want to see?
No, please. Come on, let's keep patrolling. At this point, I would ask you to make a perception check.
Okay.
Cocked.
Got a 12.
Okay. It's a pretty normal day. Not really a whole lot going on. You see some people heading out, going to do some more gathering in like the like berry bushes and things, flowers and things, like in the little little foraging area. There's like a little path that leads to like a place where they go to forage a lot.
We can get 204.
But yeah, it's feels like it's going to be a very peaceful day in Hellside. Excuse me, New Hillside.
And I was going to say, that kind of makes me think it won't.
Which is not yellow,
Meanwhile,
green, blue.
Joker,
Yeah,
Yulant,
you're-
what would you like to do with your time off before you have to go to do your patrol?
I was planning on going to see if Uzo wanted me to find something in particular.
All right, a visit with Uza. Joker, is anything you would like to do?
Joker just look at. Do you have a crush on her or something?
Yulant just walks away.
I dare hear a no.
Fuck off!
So, you and Joker Jack make your way to the odd house that is half actual residence, half witch hut. And because I can, I will go ahead and yes.
Before we walk in, and for your information, I'm here for the information. Want to see all the common threats and such.
Right.
As you enter, you once again see good lord, what was the name of the turtle again? Was it Winston?
Yes.
Winston, yeah.
Yeah. Winston Coral Shell. You see Winston once again reading a book, a different one this time. Still very large. Still very large, and he looks up from it and says, "Ah, welcome back. Do you need some information on some sort of creature, or are you here to see the little goo girl?"
Little column A, column B. We've run into some of the hell-afflicted as well as some imps. I was wondering if you had any general knowledge about just some fairly common threats.
Oh, yes, of course. I have much knowledge on the many things that have been spotted in Hellside. Would you like to know the common things, or would you like to know the rarer things that have appeared?
Give me 2 commons and a rare.
Alrighty. Well, you've already seen the hell-afflicted wolves.
I hate those.
There are some hell-afflicted birds that appear every now and then.
What?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, don't worry. We have, the militia has archers stationed on the edge of town to shoot them out of the air when necessary. For the most part, they seem to stay near the shard of glass.
Okay.
But every now and then a flock of them will get a little too bold and try to make its way into town, and most of the time we get a large majority of the swarm, and then like maybe 1 or 2 make into town and cause a little bit of havoc. They're not that big a deal to deal with. Mostly just really hard to hit.
Note to self: keep eyeing the sky.
There's also tell of hell-afflicted constrictors, which are just snakes.
Oh, yay, snakes. Why snakes?
Why? Don't tell me. Hell-afflicted
At
bears
least it's
too.
not big.
Actually, Yulant actually heard you all ask that question.
I did ask that question.
Yes, hell-afflicted constrictors are a problem. Especially because they don't really breathe fire, but they spit magma. Which tends to be an awful trap to step in. I have seen some of the militia and some of the and some of the inmates come back from patrol missing a foot because they took the wrong step.
I assume it's even worse if you've been constricted.
Oh, yes, of course. It seems to be a modification of digestive acid infused with hellish fire. Why they gained the ability to spit it out, I will never understand, but it is fascinating.
I mean, there are snakes who shoot their blood at the eyes of predators. So I guess it's not all that,
You mean lizards?
No, there are snakes that do it too.
No, there are snakes. There are snakes. By the way, I am a fan of snakes, but Yolant is not.
That makes sense, honestly. He grew up in the spring court. Snakes were like one of the biggest problems there.
Why snakes? Wait, did we find
Bloody
a snake
spring
person
court
in the bar?
nobles and their bloody fucking... Yes, that might have contributed a little bit.
Oh, yes, the snake boy. He came in here the other day and tried to flirt with Uza. It didn't go well for him.
Joker, begin digging a grave. No, is that right?
Yes, it didn't go well for him. Honestly, it was his own fault. He should have chose his words more precisely, because with what he said, Uza thought he wanted to be one of her experiments.
Oh, I would pay to see that. I would actually pay to see that.
I would grab a seat and
He's a lot better when he's not drunk, though. I'll say that much.
I saw him not drunk, and he was still kind of a jerk. But
Well, it may have been that I also threw him to a wall, and then my buddy here blasted him with an Eldritch Blast. But you know.
It's at that point that you hear, "Did I hear the sound of a fellow warlock?" As a
there's two of them.
As a girl made of goo just sort of comes around the corner, and you see Uza, your favorite NPC.
Yes.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. How are we
Hello.
this fine morning?
Joker check. Well, son.
Out of
I
curiosity,
think she wanted to speak to you about your patron.
what kind of warlock? Big smile on her face. Celestial.
Celestial?
Oh, pooh. I was hoping for a fellow fiend.
You see, that's hilarious.
Oh, pardon me. I'm not asking for a...
Yeah, you lot. I think you can put it together that it's a little odd that a fiend patron warlock is assisting a town with a fiend problem.
Oh, sorry, I didn't join the other side.
Oh, no,
Hold on.
Nothing against you, just, it gets
Yeah, but-
lonely with no one to talk to. My patron visits so rarely.
I was about to ask whether or not your patron came about often.
No, he tries to stay away. He only really shows up when I find something really interesting, which, nothing super interesting's happened in a while.
Mine always shows up. If she wants me to be happy. And wants to meet my new friends, she giggles at them.
But yes, I am a fiend warlock. My patron is a servant of, and give me a moment, I actually have to remember the name of this deity.
Do I need to mention mine?
You can, but...
Uza would be a cleric of Calistria in Pathfinder.
Probably. Oh, God, my eye. August.
Do I need to roll a religion?
Hang on. Wait, that's wrong.
Or is that something a paladin might just happen to know?
You can roll a religion.
Ex-paladin.
Oh, there it is.
Wonderful.
Try free.
Wonderful.
Correction. The god of her patron, the boss of her patron, is Ozbow. Her patron's name is...
Oh. I rolled an 18, by the way.
So, to be clear, the deity she serves under is Ozbow. He is the god of... He is essentially the opposite, kind of a sort of an opposite of Adonassia, or more precisely, not exactly the polar opposite, but what's the term? The corruption? Yes, he's the corruption. Ozbow is the god of lust, pleasure, and debauchery.
And what's mine?
Ah.
Your...
Oh. Okay.
So, stay away from me.
Your patron is named Gadia. The goddess she is under is Adonassia. So this is a little weird.
Stay away from me.
Oh, pshaw.
My boss is your opposite.
She just waves her hand. My boss is a Rakshasa named Raz.
Mine's...
Oh, Rakshasa, I know what those are.
Mine's...
Those are the
dogs
fucks
of
with the
my
backward
boss.
names, eh?
Say that again, Yulon. Joker was talking to
Those are the... Those are the cat folk with the backward hands, eh?
Correct.
Mine's the...
I have served him.
So-
I have served him greatly for many years. He is...
Nice to know the church taught me something useful.
He's quite a charmer, though a bit of a fuddy-duddy, if you know what I mean.
I don't speak to many fiends yet. Though I'm told the umbrals have their eyes on them, so or at
The
least one of them.
umbrals! And she gets very close to you. You watch as her body kind of stretches so it's closer to your face. Tell me more!
Would you like a demonstration?
No.
That depends. How explosive is it?
It is very outward. Only explosive if I want it to be.
Excellent! One moment while I get my camera. She goos herself back down, turns into a blob on the floor, goes under your legs, pops up behind you, goes to a shelf, and pulls down what can only be described as... You remember those those cameras they used to use in the old days that had a crank to keep them going?
Yep.
That's essentially what she pulls down.
Should we take this outside?
Oh no, I have the perfect lighting in here. She smacks her goo hands together, and you watch as a few lanterns sort of drop. And she starts turning the crank, and action!
Okay, one more question. Is this place protected against necrotic damage?
I mean, certain parts of it are, but you're fine right there.
Okay. Right. Popping a well point.
I'm gonna run outside.
You know, as the creeping chill of wherever the hell the umbrals are from
Technically,
begins
they're from
creeping over Yulant's form.
So, Yulant would know that the umbrals reside in the Shadowfell.
Yeah, see, that's what I had assumed. Just the creeping chill of the Shadowfell creates like a necrotic mist around
Yes.
Yulant. His eyes growing to an arctic blue and like platinum blonde hair with frosted tips. You know, all the typical winter elf nonsense.
Yes, and she just keeps rolling with an ecstatic smile on her face, even as a bit of ice sort of even as a bit of ice seems to frost over her, you watch as her normally green body turns a shade of blue to protect her from the cold.
Like, a slight twisted grin spreads upon Yolante's face, and she's like, "Oh, I have missed this feeling." Right, and you wanted explosive, was that right?
Yes, but aim it over there where there's less flammable things.
See, explosive in the necrotic sense, and I hold my hands out like I'm about to cast Flaming Hands, and I'm going to cast Dark Burst in that direction.
Alright, as you do, this wave of necrotic energy releases from you. As you do, Winston, seeing what's going on, has receded into his shell.
Good plan. Now wait while I take damage right quick.
Joker Jack is using Winston as a shield.
As you do, you fire, and you... what would you say happens to this wall that you fire at?
Is it not protected against necrotic?
It's semi-protected. You're not gonna break to the outside, but you might wither some boards.
As this misty black flame shoots from Yolante's hand, anything it touches that is not explicitly protected begins to wither and gray, as if the life is sucked from it. Now I gotta take 2d4 damage right quick.
Good lord. You good?
I don't use this often. I have 34 HP normally. I now have 32. I rolled 2 1s.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm good.
Lucky for you. Wow. There are sparkles in Uza's eyes. That's fascinating.
Is it okay we come out now?
Certainly is. I don't plan on shooting more death lasers. Unless
Okay.
Uza wants me to. She is a scientist, or something.
No, that's enough. Actually, she will... would you say the damage you take from the Dark Burst is visible?
Yolante may grow paler.
Okay, one sec.
I would like to think of this as more of a spiritual toll, but the spirit can, in fact, harm the body. So.
Yes, of course. As she looks you over and says, No, I'd rather not have an unconscious body on my floor. Or a dead one.
That means I have to drag your ass back into our room.
That would be interesting, though I think one of
That
the
would be
users might
hilarious.
just kill me. I've been causing them enough issues as of late.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't want to see the clown dragging your ass?
I am... Give me a second. I need to remember how tall you are.
Taller than Joker Jack.
I am 6'7" and 214 pounds without my arm.
Great.
What is your strength score?
Not high.
Nah.
It is
I don't
minus
think you'd
1.
be able to carry me.
It is an 8. He's a minus 1.
I am a very large individual. I do not think you'd be able to carry me without my armor, not to mention with.
Maybe ask Uza to help me out.
Oh, I could certainly pick him up.
Without his armor?
She lets that...
I am certain that would be an interesting sensation.
You want to try it? She gives you this big smile.
My sense of curiosity says yes. My sense of Propriety says no. However, I am also currently lacking in inhibition. Go for it.
No.
Excellent! She engulfs you.
I assume I cannot breathe.
No, she leaves your head out, but you're also just floating inside of her now. You also notice that she has expanded her size a bit, and you realize that, technically speaking, she could probably make herself a little bit taller already, but she's decided to stay at about 3 feet tall for now.
I need you to explicitly describe how this feels.
Let's see. What is the best description for this?
You feel like you're in Jello.
Yeah, that's one way to put it, but, like, I don't think he's ever been inside of Jello.
Actually, I'm not explaining, but...
It very much does feel like you are wrapped in Jello. You also note that because she's just showing off at the moment, she has, while you kind of feel a tingle from the acidity of her body, she has clearly lowered the acidity, so she's not actually hurting you.
Okay, different question. Do elves have body hair?
So, for the most part, no. It's very much the same thing as the reason that elves grow beards is usually due to anxiety. They can...
So if he did, he no longer does, got you.
It certainly tingles.
Well...
You are sort of just...
This is...
You're kind of floating
intimate.
like a... You're kind of floating like a foot off the ground as your feet are no longer on the floor.
This is simultaneously disconcerting and fascinating.
So you want to take this?
Her head sort of forms next to you and says, "It is, isn't it?"
Well, I do believe you've likely removed any and all body hair I might have grown due to stress.
Get a room.
We're in a room. Shut up.
What about get a room
Can
without
I-
me and the turtle in it?
My room's upstairs.
Can I return to the ground?
Of course. And she just sort of blorps herself to the ground and then reforms herself back into her... a quick reminder that she does technically wear a robe, but it's, like, open. It does enough to cover what would be lady parts, but she's an ooze, so she doesn't really have...
But ooze.
She has shaped lady parts, but she doesn't really have lady parts. Like, she has secondary sexual characteristics, but none of the things...
Primary.
Yeah, none of the primary, so, like...
Form, but not necessarily function.
Exactly. Once again...
Yulant is, like, standing there in, like, a ready position, like he's a fucking cat who just got dropped out of, like, a wet tub. Just...
Well, is that all you came by for? Or do you have questions?
I did actually want to know if there's anything you wanted me to look out for in particular.
Ooh, as a matter of fact, I am in the market for wing membrane, if you can get your hands on it. It's a little rare, but, you know, it really depends on if you can find imps, or something scarier than an imp. Oh, yes, I was going to mention that.
Does that include cambions?
I was
Though
going to...
we are nowhere near ready for that. Cambions, question mark.
Winston comes out and says, I was going to mention that. You asked for a description of a rare thing that has appeared in town before. At this point, coming out of his shell and sort of standing back up, setting his chair back up, sitting down, picking up his book. We did at one point have a cambion in town, but Malik and the other leaders of the three houses killed it.
I was about to ask if he'd fucked someone bloody. That was, you know.
He killed a few people, and then they gave it back to him tenfold. let's just say death was a
Crushed
mercy.
raspberries?
Huh?
Crushed raspberries?
Yes, actually. A very good description. And Uza goes,
Right.
I
Well.
really wish they hadn't, though. It would have been so much more interesting if I got to study his body before it disintegrated back to hell. Missed opportunities.
Wait, hold on. Does that mean this Candian may be in the hells as we speak?
Of course. I mean,
Did he have a name?
well, probably not his real name, but I do believe he called himself, let me think. Oh, Winston, what was it? Do you remember? This old brain of mine, I think it was... Lorzabeth? Larzabin. Yes, that was it.
Laz. Any particularly distinguishing characteristics?
Yes. Black hair in a long ponytail. Skin bright red. A single horn coming out of the middle of his forehead, along with the two on the side of his head. And,
Okay.
I don't feel comfortable mentioning the last thing.
Long dick.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so Lakota, give me just a second. I'm going to need you to spell that.
You want me to spell the name?
You have now named a character. They must make an appearance at some point. That is the rule. You know this.
Technically, no. Technically, I can name a character and they can just be a fun thing that happened in the background.
Yes. However, this character died in Hellside and is a fiend.
You're not
Anyway.
wrong, but I can tell you how to spell it.
Right.
Larzibben. Larzibben.
Right.
It's exactly how it sounds. Because I came up
I'm
with the
just
name.
I'm going to name this folder Marks.
Wait, if he's back in Hills, will he come back in the Shard of Glass?
Well, that depends on if he can find it again. A quick reminder that our shard of glass may lead to the hells, but the demons and devils that come through it have to find it on their side before they can come through. It's not like all the shards of glass are just in the center of hell. You have to locate those things, just like we do on the surface.
Well, thank God he may come back.
Frankly, I've put him on a list. Anyway.
But yes, we did have...
Thank you for...
Not a problem. Uza will say, but yes, wing membrane, I would also accept, devil's, I would accept a devil's eye as well. Devil's, because those are they're very fragile, very easy to mess up getting them, but they're so good for so many potions.
Note to self, got a devil.
What about a tail of an ant?
They're useful, but they're fairly common and pretty easy to get. I mean, it's just hold the tail, cut at the base, not that hard.
What about the whole body?
Wing membranes would definitely be a bit more difficult.
Oh, yes, of course. Collecting
Specifically the membrane would be a bit more.
Not to mention, whenever you cut pieces off of a devil, you're racing the clock to see how quickly they can go back to... how quickly they're gonna go back to hell.
And the reboot button.
A quick reminder, fiends can only truly die in their home plane.
Yeah.
Oh, so I need to hunt down this fucker in hell. Okay, good. Nice to know. Nice to know.
I would not
I now have
not recommend that trip.
That was out of scene.
Yeah.
You were doing the accent, so.
I know. Look. You've got me doing the accent. I'm doing the bloody accent.
All right.
I now have two folders, Mark's and Uza's to-do list.
Got it.
Uh,
All right. Is there anything else you guys would like to do at Uza's hut?
Does she sell pots?
She does, in fact, sell potions if you have the gold.
he's
I have
rich, he's got plenty.
86.
You certainly have gold.
How much would 2 health potions get me? Probably lesser, I would assume.
A standard healing potion costs 50 gold.
Jesus. You don't know who that is. We don't know. Not Solosis, who's the other one?
Lunea is the one you're currently worshipping, and you don't know the name of the umbral that is watching you, so you can't really say anything to them.
By the way, that's going to be who I start referring to it when I learn it.
I'm sure.
I need to learn my boss's name.
You know her name.
Lunea.
Your
Bloody.
boss's name is Gadia.
Gaia,
Can
no.
I get a healing thing?
Of course. And she will put her arm into her cauldron. It will briefly turn blood red. It'll bubble for a bit. She will grab a flask, dunk it in. Thunk. Here you go. That'll be 50 gold.
Yes. And just hand her just one of the 2 pouches. We're gonna say you keep separate pouches of like 50 gold each.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Thank you. And you watch as she sort of drops the gold in herself. And you watch as the bag around it sort of disintegrates, but the money just sort of sits there.
Well,
She also pulls her
much
arm.
obliged, miss.
She also pulls her arm out of the cauldron, and it stops being blood red.
Well, much obliged, miss.
Of
Winston,
course.
you too. Apologies for the racket, old timer.
Quite all right. You should see. I've seen much worse living with Uza.
And for the fright, I would assume.
We're gonna have to get that wall fixed. Uza, remind me to talk to Darwin. Righto.
Yeah.
Well, we have patrol starting soon, and I don't know whether or not Joker has any errands to run. So I suppose we will be seeing you, and especially you, small one.
Of course.
Good day.
Have a pleasant day. Don't die. She waves bye.
We will certainly try.
And Joker, I knew you had a crush on her.
What?
I know you have a crush on Uza.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You enjoy she's wrap around you. You cannot deny it.
Well, I'm not giving you confirmation unless you succeed a fucking insight versus my deception.
You know what? Roll it.
Oh God.
Actually, wait. Grab Joker. Grab Joker by the front of his shirt. I assume I'm still in winter mode.
A little bit. If you wish to be, yes.
Looks him directly in the eyes. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna roll deception. I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Roll insight. I'm still gonna make him roll insight.
Okay.
Yep.
19.
What'd you roll?
Roll again, Joker.
Why? Why is he rolling again? Dom.
Well, actually, no. Wait, no. That would be. Would it be a success or would it be even?
What?
How's that work?
Did you roll a 19?
It was 19 versus 19.
You are evenly matched. Neither one of you can fully read each other.
Okay, cool. That
Joker
we'll leave it ambiguous in that term.
Joker is unaffected by your intimidation, but your steely gaze gives away nothing.
Dude,
Lot's got a poker face, damn it. There's a reason he can gamble.
dude, my elf friend, I killed the Lord. Your gaze doesn't do nothing to me.
Yes, and I killed a somewhat high-ranking priest in the middle of the Holy See.
Lord beats priest, dude.
No, honestly, they're about even.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm gonna...
Yes,
Bubbles pops up on your shoulder.
but how many of your
Actually-
gods were there around when you did it?
Actually, I'd say they're about even. And to answer your question, most of them. He was lucky he got out of the castle alive. Doofus.
Like the
Oh.
citizens trying to protect
Low-rank amateur, then. Right. Anything you wanted to do before we head off to meet up with the others?
Well, I like to see the sights when the children get kidnapped. See any clues happen.
Right. Right.
That is true.
I suppose we should go get word from Zelda.
Speaking of Zell.
That was your chance for a segue.
That's a segue. That's how I'm doing my segue. Leave me alone. Zell.
I gave you the opportunity for a segue.
Daniel, you still with us?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm still here.
you approach Malik, who is talking with Cora. And before you approach them, I would like you to make a perception check to see if you overhear the conversation as you approach.
Hey, dude.
You're not the bad.
17.
No, we're not there yet. We're still walking back.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is backwards in time.
Okay.
You said you got a 17?
17.
All right. You hear part of the conversation. What you hear is Cora talking to Malik and saying, "Are you sure you're ready for tomorrow night?" "I am sure I'm ready. I will, just like I'm ready, every night it happens. We will be fine." Yeah, you say that every time, and every time I regret listening to you. At that point, they will notice you. Yes, at that point, they will notice you approaching. "Yes, Zell, is there something I can do for you?"
Yeah, I would like to ask y'all about all these missing children that have been
Oh, lovely.
that's happened here lately.
Malik looks tired as you say that, as he covers his face. I have had too many conversations about everything that is going on with that. Go ahead, ask your questions.
Well, really, me and Yulon have talked about it, and
Concerning.
there seems, yeah, probably, but there's been like kind of a pattern. It's always a children or always a child, and it happens like ever so often. Well, there just so happens to be a person here that's a fake child.
Are you referring to one of the residents of... Are you referring to one of the residents of House 2?
Yes, I am.
Yes, what was her name? One moment. And Cora, Cora has a clipboard out before he can even finish asking. Eleanor Brightheart, gnome. She reads she reads a little bit. Twisted bitch. That's all she says as she sets the clipboard down. I mean, I suppose you could try and convince her into assisting you with this. And I see where you're going, but you would essentially be asking her to be bait. Based on her character and
Yes,
how
that's
she...
exactly.
Based on her character and how she acted when she first arrived here, I highly doubt she's one to willingly give her life in the service of others. Not to
I'd
mention...
be very persuasive.
Not to mention, you would also have to convince Dennis. And good luck with that.
Well, I can worry about that later.
No,
Another
you're...
question comes to mind.
Go ahead.
Um, so I couldn't help but overhear y'all a little bit as I was walking up.
Before you finish talking, Cora looks at you and she puts her hand over her throat like, no, cut it. Stop. Stop what you're doing. Don't do that.
Okay.
There's a glare coming from Malik as you are speaking these words. Do you continue or do you stop yourself?
Oh, I continue.
Oh boy. Okay, continue.
So what happens tomorrow night?
That, Miss... That, Zell, is none of your business. Malik will stand up and walk away.
Night.
You watch as Cora puts her fingers to her eyes and says,
Bye-bye.
I don't take it you were very good at hand signs in the military, were you, Zell?
Sleep well.
I was.
Did you hear me?
It just sounded really interesting, and I
said
wanted to be
night.
part of it.
Sleep well.
Look, the other two houses are kind of open about their secrets when it comes to the people running them. Malik likes his privacy. The only reason I know is because I'm his second in command. Which means when he is indisposed, I am the person people have to answer to.
So it means you can answer my question.
I'm not going to.
Come on.
Zell, do you just have a death wish?
Sometimes.
For a person who prefers fighting across long distances, you sure do know how to get into people's face and get yourself hurt, don't you?
Yeah, that's happened a time or two.
Oh yeah? It ever bite you in the ass?
Yeah, a time or two.
Yeah, well,
Just makes me come back for more.
look, all I'm going to tell you is this. If you want to try and get this Eleanor Brightheart chick to assist you with the whole missing children's thing, you have to talk to Danis. Because Danis is the only one who can release her into your temporary custody. However, I can also state that you are fully welcome to go to the places the children went missing and investigate them, see if you can find anything. Anything that the militia or the three houses might have missed.
It sounds like a good idea, too. I'll probably do that before I go talk to Dennis.
I will also state that for the love of everything good and holy in the Vale, do not bring up tomorrow night with Malik again. Not unless you want that rock in your neck to turn your brain into goo.
Can I ask, does it have anything to do with his transformation?
She kind of stops. You saw that?
Oh, yeah. I saw it.
Roll charisma. Roll persuasion. I will give you advantage because seeing what you saw was a very hard check. So roll with advantage.
Okay, so I got a -1. Oh, you said roll with advantage.
Yeah, roll with advantage. So roll twice. Take the better number.
Okay, I got a 6.
Zell, go investigate. And she will also walk away. So what does Zell do?
He heads out to the last place that where the last kid was taken.
All right. Well, along the way, you will probably run into Yulant and Joker, but Yulant and Joker. But first, Klaus and Ariel. You still with us,
Hey.
Patrick?
I sure am.
Awesome. All right. Klaus, you and Ariel make your way through the town, and you see people just sort of running about, living their lives. Doesn't seem like a lot is going on, really. But as you are going through town, you do eventually run into a familiar face. You see Abigail, the hag spawn member of the militia, who looks at you guys, sighs, and approaches.
Well, hello.
Okay, different.
Yes. Hi.
And this could be my first
On the behalf of myself and the militia as a whole, I am so sorry about what happened last night. Like, you have no idea how sorry I am.
Well, that is very nice of you to say.
Yep.
Even though Klaus probably don't remember it.
And then Klaus looks at her and he's like, "What exactly are you sorry for?"
Ariel will lean into you and say, as we were headed back to Third House, a bunch of the militia showed up and attempted to harass us and was probably going to attempt to kill us.
Oh well, good thing they didn't. I'd have kicked their ass.
I don't know how well that would have gone, considering you were drunk.
Hey,
Joker was
Dummy.
drunk too.
I fight better drunk.
Fine, I kicked their ass.
Too drunk to feel pain.
Dude, that is true though. You know what I mean? Like
That is a thing that can happen, but at the same time, no.
Ever heard of drunken fighting? It's bad.
Look, hey, Klaus has his own army of farmers. They probably don't want to mess with him, right? Those farmers will do anything for Klaus to leave them alone.
If you roll a high enough intimidation, you are correct.
And then this one's just the top.
All right.
Just imagine we're in a fight and Klaus just summons an army of farmers.
That would be hilarious.
Farmers, assemble!
Okay, come on, guys. Back in the game. All right, so Abigail looks at you and says, I genuinely am very sorry. Holgan can be very thick-headed when it comes to his beliefs. He has he had a rough time when he first got to New Hillside, and he's sort of taken it out and blamed it on the three houses. I am in no position to say if he has a right or not, but he...
Klaus is going to ask her what house he was a part of.
Holgan wasn't part of a house. He was a farmer.
Oh, okay.
Holgan was
Well,
brought
that's
in
my-
as a farmer, and there was an incident. I don't know all the details, but something happened. He got very angry at the... he became very angry with the three houses, and he started the militia, claiming that it was time for the people of New Hillside to take back their town.
In a few years, this story could also apply to Klaus.
Are you saying that as a person, or are you saying that as Klaus?
I'm just saying that, as a person, because he's been beating up on the farmers. This could totally turn into that same situation with the farmers.
Or all the farmers go and join the damn militia and try to kill us.
That is also a possibility.
Klaus,
I mean,
it's
I
your
could
fault.
Zabuza them, but you know.
This is
I
all
imagine
your
that's our
fault,
final
Klaus. Why
boss of
you have to beat up
the whole
farmers?
thing. It's just farmers.
It's just 100 farmers with like farm equipment as weapons.
That is a hilarious image.
Oh,
You joke about farm equipment as weapons, but a quick reminder, 90% of a ninja's arsenal was farming equipment.
Oh no, they would turn to
Kunai are
ninjas.
shovels.
Kunai are in fact shovels.
oh, Jesus.
But Abigail, I really am sorry about what happened, and as she goes to say more, you hear a scream.
But it will hold you up.
Oh, Klaus is going to investigate the screen.
As you do, you see that trail that leads off into the foraging area, and a woman running out with a few people behind her screaming, "My baby! My baby's gone!"
Oh no.
Oh, great.
Oh god.
So, I'm going to ask, what would Klaus like to do? Abigail, actually, I will say, Abigail will look at you and say, go get one of the house heads. I'm gonna, and she rushes over to the woman.
Okay. Klaus is gonna run and look for the nearest house that he can find.
Okay. Eventually you and Ariel, because Ariel's of course going to go with you. I will say, because you are a monk, you outpace Ariel. She is lagging behind. And you make it back. I will say that Joker, Lant, and Zell, you all watch as Klaus bolts past all of you back towards the third house.
Alright, who mentioned food?
Well, that's not good.
He is moving the fastest you have ever seen him move outside of breakfast call.
That's worrying. Should we go check
You might
that?
want to go. Yeah, let's go check that out.
Alright.
As you all watch, eventually Ariel catches up behind you. She is out of breath and sweating buckets.
Like what?
It's not.
Care to say what happened?
A woman, child missing, foraging.
Brave.
I'm trying.
You want? Let's go check this out.
Yes.
They'll catch up.
Yes.
Should I make sure Klaus follows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joker, where are you going?
Way up, guys!
Okay. So Zell, Lant, and Joker are going to go investigate the foraging area. Klaus, you burst open the doors of third house. As you do so, you feel your armband does not like the way you did that. But you ignore it and immediately run to... Give me a high or low. Say high or low. Just give me a high or low.
Hi.
Okay. It is low. You see Malik, and he has a sour look on his face as you rush up to him.
Malik, there is a missing child. Where were we?
Foraging area.
In the forging area.
Mortis or whatever? No.
Shit! Come on! And he will rush out the door. And as he does, Ariel moves out of the way. Klaus, do you follow?
Yes, I'm gonna follow.
Okay. Ariel goes to say something to you, and you bolt past her. And she's like, "Oh, come
I will not go through that.
And she
Here we go again.
she will chase after
Where
you. You and Malik are both outpacing her. Hey, hey Patrick, just out of curiosity, what's the noise going on in the background? Patrick?
I fixed it.
Okay.
Was it like, is it still doing it?
No, you're fine now, but it was a little loud.
Okay.
That's why I was asking. But yeah, you guys eventually, I'm going to say you all end up meeting up at the foraging area. I will say that Zell, Yulant, and Joker, you get there first. What would you like to do? You see Abigail trying to console this woman who is bawling her eyes out. She is inconsolable, and Abigail, she's like, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna do everything we can. We're going to find them. I promise we will find them. And she will see you guys, and the look on her face is one of, I don't know if we're going to find them.
Survival checks across the board.
Actually, you can roll survival, or investigation, or perception. Those are the three things you can roll. Survival, if you want to look for tracks. Perception.
Okay. Okay. Continue.
Perception, if you want to observe if anybody looks suspicious, if there's anything that seems out of place. Investigation, if you want to physically go around the area and see if something's off.
Perception of 22.
Good lord.
Okay.
You can roll too, yeah. Survival, perception, or investigation, whichever one.
Survival of 15.
Does Curry send out bubbles?
Klaus isn't quite there yet. Zell, he will be momentarily. Zell. So
Zell
I will let your roll ride if you want it to.
Okay, sorry.
So
I didn't
just
realize that made it.
Zell, what are you rolling? Perception, survival, or investigation?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my perception. It was a 18, I think.
Yes.
I'm just gonna do.
No, it was a 21.
Oh, good lord.
I'm just gonna.
22, 21, and what did Joker get on
I'm
whatever
rolling,
he did?
So you need to roll a d20.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. Bubbles can't see anything. The foraging area is sort of this. It's a clearing, but it's kind of got this. It's got branches covering the top, so like Bubbles can't really get a good view of anything.
Am I close to a tree?
Yeah. You can be close to a tree. You're in.
I just slammed my fist through the tree. He's like, "Damn it!"
So both of you roll perception. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. As you roll perception, what you see is obviously a lot of people are distraught. You see some people already trying to do the same thing you're doing, looking around, seeing if they can find anything, looking for any trails they may have missed, looking for any sign of like torn dress or maybe an animal, anything to tell them where this child went. But what no one else noticed is coming down one of these paths, one of the paths further into the woods, you see this elderly woman carrying a basket, and she has this sort of concerned look on her face. Like something's wrong, and she's sort of looking around like she's trying to find someone to talk to, but everyone seems very busy, so she doesn't know who to speak to.
Yulant approaches.
Alright, Yulant approaches. I will say at this point, Klaus and Ariel and Malik arrive, and Malik will be given the lowdown of the situation by Abigail. And so here's the lowdown of the situation, which Klaus and Ariel will be able to give to you guys, and then I will let Klaus and Ariel roll their checks, alright?
Yep.
Which, Klaus, if you... Patrick, if you want to re-roll, you can, but if you want to let the number you got ride, you're welcome to.
I re-roll
Okay.
too, or
If you want to do a check on your own, yes, you may. Remember, investigation, perception, or... Remember, you can... Dude, you know you can...
double tap.
No, you can go to skills and click the skill.
Oh.
Investigation, perception, or survival.
Where is that?
Well, investigation is there.
Let's try survival.
Perception is there, which you have a +1. And then survival is there, which you also have a +1.
Alright, let's try survival. Ah. Nope.
You click the number.
It is 15.
All right. So, here's the lowdown of the situation.
16.
Everyone was foraging, and people bring their kids here all the time while they're foraging. They're sort of teaching them how to do it as well, while also letting the kids sort of play around. The mother of this child, the child is a boy. He was just sort of, he was picking berries. At the last time she saw him, he was picking berries in the spot that she had designated for him to do so. And she turned away to go do her own thing with, like, picking berries. She turned around, and he was gone. His basket was gone. He was gone, and she could not find him. And then she panicked and screamed for help. Alright, so, what did you roll?
A 16.
You got a 16. Klaus, what? You rolled survival.
Yeah.
15.
You rolled investigation.
Survival.
Survival. Okay, both of you rolled survival, so you get something different than what the boys got. Than what what Yulant and why did I call them the boys?
The boy.
That's me and the other guy.
What you find is, after hearing this, you do find, you do find some tracks where the kid was standing. You were given the exact location of where he was supposed to be picking berries. And as you do so, you do kind of see some tracks trailing off from that location, but it's into, like, some dense, thicker wood, so it's going to be very hard to track thoroughly. Both of you discover this.
Yeah.
You don't see anything like struggle. You don't see any signs of struggle. You don't see any, like, torn clothing, but, like, it's clear there are some footprints that go in that direction, but you only see one set. You only see the sets of this kid. But to continue with Yulant and Zell, you approach this old lady, Yulant, and she looks at you and says, "Excuse me, sir. I think I saw something concerning. Can you help me?"
Might do. What is it, miss?
I was foraging down this path like I normally do on days like today, but while I was doing so, I saw what looked like a young lad wandering through the woods. I tried to call out to him, but he didn't seem to notice me. I'm concerned something might happen to him. Couldn't you help, please?
Yolant will take a look around, see if he sees anyone official. Sees Malik. Malik, the boy was seen wandering down this path.
He will look over to you. He will say something to Abigail and rush and come over to you. You say someone saw him?
Apparently called out to him too, but according to this woman, he seemed like he was pretty out of it. But yes, down this path, down the foraging area, yes.
Okay, alright, you're the only group we have in the area right now, so you five go down that way. We're going to keep looking around. Maybe maybe it's a mistake and he went back into town and no one noticed. Abigail is going to get a hold of Holgan. I was hoping this wouldn't happen this close to the festival. Yulant, make a perception check.
Okay. 15.
You vaguely see, his face start to stretch out a bit before it pulls back in.
Right.
You five, go.
Right.
Report back what you find.
Yeah, Yolant's just gonna take off down the fucking path.
Joker Jackson, give me a
Zell
moment.
right on his heels.
Joker Jackson, give me a moment. I just used mage armor on myself.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine if you put mage armor on yourself.
You can disguise.
Yeah, actually, why don't you describe what your mage armor looks like?
Who's with me?
Just describe it in general so the
Yeah.
players know what it looks like.
Okay. I got a it looked like I put on a joyful mask.
A comedy mask.
Yeah. A comedy mask. And a vine cloak that's come out of nowhere.
All right.
Yeah.
So I assume everyone's headed down that way. Klaus, you too. Klaus.
Oh, sorry. I said yeah.
Okay. You were a little quiet there. I'm
Sorry.
All right. So you all rush down this path, and as you do, Klaus and Joker, you do eventually see more and more of these tracks leading into another clearing. And as you get to this clearing, you see, I hate to call it a familiar sight, but you did find yourself in a situation very similar to this recently. You see an overturned basket with berries falling out of it. And around it, sniffing, you see two large, fiery bears
Oh,
Of course.
yeah.
who hear you approach. And that is where we're ending the session tonight.
Okay, I didn't have to say it. Got you.
No, you didn't have to say it. I saw what time it was. I know that you, I hope I didn't keep anyone up too late.
Nope.
Okay, good. I was
I'm fairly certain I'm the only one here who actually tries to sleep.
Well, I have 2 days off, so like I can stay up a good bit later.
But to say I've got tomorrow off, so I'm good.
All right, what did everybody think of the session, huh?
That was good. That was a good one.
I'm
It was
glad that
actually
we're
really
going
good.
starting the next one with some energy.
Yes, we will be starting with combat next session.
Yeah.
Second combat of the campaign. Woo!
First wolves, now bears.
What will I think of next?
You gotta love it.
Wolves, bears, tigers. Oh my.
What are ambushed by this time?
Giant rats? Maybe.
I would like to point out I have had this planned.
Where at? Question mark.
I have had this. Hell-afflicted rats are in fact a thing. I just haven't figured out what cool thing they get from being hell-afflicted.
That's not what I said.
Yeah. Well, rats? Maybe.
Where rats? Question mark.
Giant,
They're rats.
giant skeletons? Oh my.
They're rats. They're castle.
They're cheese.
Oh, please tell me I'm not the only one who gets that joke. Everybody still there?
Cricket noises.
Yeah.
All right. I thank you guys for staying up and doing this with me. I'm so glad we got to do this 2 weeks in a row, and let's hope we can shoot for 3. I know it'll be dependent on if Patrick is feeling up to it. But like, if it's not, we can just do we can absolutely do a Talking in Tangents.
And do the bridge version.
I wouldn't mind doing a bridge part 2 if you guys want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Is there anything that needs to be said? Oh yeah. Yulant is horny for Uza.
And Joker Jack confirms it.
Joker Jack has not, in fact, confirmed anything.
That is very true. To be fair, he gets to make his assumptions all he wants.
Yeah, but
Oh, he could make his assumptions either way. Intimidation does not mean he doesn't think it. That would be persuasion.
Yeah. Which apparently you're bad at?
I have a +5 to persuasion and a +7 to intimidation.
Amazing.
And doesn't phase Joker Jack. Oh my, you cannot scare a clown.
No, but I can skewer a clown. They
Try
they are crunchy and taste good with ketchup.
Also, I love the fact.
Hold on. Reminder: no wolf can touch Joker Jack. Why not try it?
Lower your voice. You're a little loud. You're getting me too.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah,
And
I will say, I think it's hilarious that one of the first questions Yulant asked Winston was whether or not there were bears. I already had this fight planned out, and I'm like, does he know?
Fourth wall break.
bears.
Which I want to point out, I built an actual stat block for these bears.
Also, Yolanta's been very sassy this particular session.
He has. Alright, so, if I figure that all of us need to be getting to bed and stuff, so, y'all ready to say goodbye with me?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Alright.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. Ring that bell so you always know when we post. This was so much fun, and I can't wait to start with combat next session. It's going to be amazing. Thank you guys so much. I say it repeatedly because I mean it with my whole heart. And with that, all I can say is goodbye!
Goodbye. Don't let the door hit ya.
Next time on Hellside,
Goodbye,
Yolant
everybody.
Next time on Hellside, Yolant becomes a warlock of the gelatinous congregation.
and Joker knocked some sense into him.
Gelatinous congregation.
I thought you were gonna say Elon beats a bear with Joker.
You ever hit
No,
him?
Yolant begins worshipping small ooze woman.
You ever been so mad you hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker?
No one is going to get the gelatinous congregation thing. No one else bought that. Anyway.
Lakota, earlier, Gracie heard you cuss for the first time. She was like, I didn't know Lakota said bad words. She's like, I've never heard him say that.
That's
He
hilarious.
didn't say him until I came.
It's true. Dominic is a terrible influence on me.
I helped that.
Well, I'm trying to get you to get, motherfucker. Anyway.
All right, guys. Okay.
Goodbye.
3, 2, 1, cut.